The winter of 1864 was even colder than previous years. Charles Crocker, the boss of the Central Pacific Railroad Company, was frustrated by the endless absenteeism and desertion of workers. The steep Sierra Nevada was covered by snow and standing in front of the construction team like a giant barricade. Construction had begun 2 years before, but they had only laid 50 miles of railroad. Crocker decided to employ Chinese laborers. It was Crocker's belief that the nation that built the Great Wall could definitely build railroads.
1865年2月份的时候，就从旧金山找了50多个华工。这个华工你不要看他个个面黄肌瘦，个子很矮小，但是很勤奋，很能干，也好学。
2 years earlier, President Lincoln, who was entangled in the American Civil War, signed the Pacific Railway Act. The Pacific Railroad traverses the U.S., running from Sacramento in the west to Omaha in the east. Both the Central Pacific Railroad Company and the Union Pacific Railroad Company built the track, with one company starting in the east while the other began in the west to later meet in the middle. In the same year, thousands of Chinese peasants from 4 counties in Jiangmen, Guangdong, and the south of China boarded a passenger ship from Hong Kong and set sail for the other side of the Pacific Ocean. After more than 3 months of arduous journey, they arrived on the east coast of the United States and started working on the construction of the Pacific Railroad. Chinese laborers put blood, sweat, and tears into the construction of the railroad. At that time, there was a widespread saying, "There is a body of a Chinese laborer under every sleeper of the Pacific Railroad." On May 10, 1869, 8 Chinese laborers were selected to lay the final rail, which was knocked in with a golden rail spike. With that, the American Pacific Railroad opened for business amidst cheers of joy. The greatest project worldwide. By the end of the American Civil War, the U.S. realized the dream of unification, and the operation of the Pacific Railroad truly connected the eastern and western United States. As a result, the trip from New York to San Francisco, which had once taken 6 months, was shortened to 7 days. The United States became a great power that joined the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean together and rose rapidly. The completion of the Pacific Railroad connected the American dream from one coast to the other. At the foot of Bantling Great Wall, there is a small station called Qinglongqiao. Here lies Zhang Tianyou, the first Chinese train engineer, known as the father of the Chinese railway. In 1905, Zhang Tianyou started to direct the construction of the first railway designed and constructed by Chinese people. The railway was set to run from Beijing to Zhangjiakou. The United States was the place where Zhang Tianyou developed his dream of saving his country. In 1872, at the age of 11, Zhang Tianyou boarded the ship to this new continent as one of the first international students sent to the United States. 6 years later, he was accepted to the Department of Civil Engineering at Yale University and majored in railway engineering. In December 1916, Zhang Tianyou, who was selected as the head of Chinese Engineers Association of the American Society of Civil Engineers, said that all of the honor he achieved academically was due to his alma mater, Yale University. Over the past 150 years, the communication between the U.S. and China Railway has never stopped. The interaction contains not only the U.S. support to China, but also the Chinese assistance to the former.
1995年，我们与美国 SGT 公司合作资金，先后为客户提供42770台份美国遥控车架。
In 1993, China established an award for railway technologies, Zhang Tianyou Achievement Award, named after the famous Zhang Tianyou. Shen Zhiyun, the famous contemporary railway scientist in China and a professor at Southwest Jiaotong University, was among the first to win this award. In 1982, not long after the U.S. and China had redeveloped good relations, Shen Zhiyun, who was already 53, attended MIT. By the end of his year of study, Shen Zhiyun, in conjunction with an American scholar, co-published a theory called Shen-Hedrick-Elkins theory, which became the most popular calculation model in the field of international wheel rail design. During China's preparation to build a high-speed railway, the project team, led by Shen Zhiyun, tested Zhiyun's theory and determined it to be the best wheel rail technology for their project.
全世界的情况一样，都要走向这个轨道交通。轨道交通的客运必须是高速铁路，只有高速铁路才能够最快的、最安全的、最平稳的。咱们说高速不安全，高速是最安全的，因为安全是靠技术保证的。
High-speed rail in China is extending rapidly, similar to the construction speed of the American railroad 100 years ago. Its objective is to cover over a city with the population of 500,000. Shen Zhiyun and thousands of Chinese railway workers completed the process of introducing, digesting, absorbing, and recreating of high-speed railway technology very fast. In only 6 years, the operation kilometers of Chinese high-speed railway has increased from 0 to the sum of kilometers of the operated high-speed railways throughout the world. "143 years after the American Civil War, the United States elected the first black president.
If there is anyone out there, America...
At the beginning of his term, President Barack Obama proposed an ambitious plan for high-speed railways. Nowadays, the whole world understands the importance of having a high-speed railway. Using China as a model, more and more countries have started to plan their own high-speed railway dream. On October 23, 2014, Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, MBTA, declared they will be purchasing 284 subway vehicles from the CRRC Corporation, which produces high-speed train cars. The cars will be used for Boston's red and orange subway lines. "150 years ago, President Lincoln started the American dream for a railway. And now, a few states away, in another city named Springfield, CRRC is beginning construction of high-speed rail cars." On a street corner in Shanghai, China, there is a statue welded with 3,000 rail spikes. Though the rail spike is no longer used in railway construction, the piece lives on in memory 150 years later. The rail spike is immortal.